Thank you very much. All right, let's be on our seats. Okay, the time is already fast spent, and I know that every single minute that we've already spent here is what impactful. So this is how Prof teach. Very simple things that will actually make you to sit up. One day, Prof actually came to class. One of the classes we used to attend every Sunday. Prof said, "What's the difference between ability, capacity, and capability?" That was when I knew that I don't know English. And everybody in the class, even those people with PhD, that's when we know that none of us actually knows English. And when he started explaining these three things, that's when I also discovered that we have a lot of limitations that we neglect because we don't pay attention to what tiny details. So right now, my session is on. I've already introduced myself. My name is Emmanuel Akudolu. So I'm not going to waste much of our time. I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm beginning from where he stopped. Because honestly speaking, he told me that you were talking about entrepreneurship and sustainability. But within myself, I've already prepared what I'm going to talk about, you know. But I didn't know that you will be going towards the direction I'm actually going. You see, there's something common about people who have similar vision, similar purpose, and similar direction. They say the spirit is one. I believe that if you are purposeful in life and you are valuable in life, that it is one spirit that guides Mr. A, who is following the same path, in the same spirit that is guiding Mr. B when following the same path. And that's why, if there are any important things that we need to do, we go and contact those people that we feel have the same value as we do. And that's why we are always encouraged. If you want to get married to someone that actually have the same value with you. Though we don't talk about value these days. You don't have money, you're a broke guy. You're not a real man. You were a simp. What again? What they call call the names. You're a simp. What again? You're a misogynist. You know, these are words we actually hear today. But before, even when we are growing up, I'm a millennial, I'm not a Gen Z. I'm a millennial. But I know that time we are still growing up and the rest of them. Most girls fall for me then. Not only because I have money. What do I have? Girls spend on me. Yes. Do you know why? Because I have vision. But now, talk about vision. Again. So, who gave you vision? What is vision? So you don't use vision to brag these days. You use money to do what? To brag these days. But what am I trying to say? Even upon the fact that everybody's actually looking at money, value is still attractive to people who say have value. True or true? Yeah, that most ladies are actually making it obvious that money is the most important thing. Does not mean that the people that actually want value are not there. They are there. You get the point? So if you don't want to enjoy my vision, there are people that want to enjoy my vision. But there's something I want to say here now. In the next 5 years, you're not going to meet me where I am currently. I'm not saying this in with, you don't even need to say amen. I'm saying this with all sense of purpose. You heard what he said. You need to actually know who you are. And knowing who you are, this thing sounds so basic, but this is the foundation of it all. I'm saying this thing because I am in it, and I'm swimming in it, and this is my guiding light. I made a post 3 days ago, and I said, your purpose is your guiding light. Whatever you do in life, the knowledge you acquire, we always, so far you've actually discovered your purpose, we always direct you towards that path you want to actually end. I don't forgetting me. If you don't have purpose, you don't know who you are, everything goes. I don't forgetting me. I can read, I watch football, but it's not what I'm actually seeing in the game of football that any other person that's actually watching that football with me are seeing. My purpose is making me to see it differently. I read different books. I read books on psychology, philosophy. In my library, I have all those books. But the reason I'm actually reading, I'm not reading it for me to come and prove that I know too much about psychology. I'm reading it because these things actually have a tiny role it has to play in my day-to-day living for me to get to where I'm actually going. And that is why it has been concluded that you need to make your education more inclusive for it to be relevant in today's world. How do I mean? You need to know tiny things about everything, not necessarily knowing everything about something. Know something about everything. Where I watch ball is where pastor. You had one pastor say, Chisumi, because that's where we actually watch ball. And some other pastors, we go there, watch ball. And the reason why we actually watch ball, it's not like we love football, yes, but our purpose is giving us another reason why we're watching football. Now, I cannot be left behind. Why should I? trends are passing, even the negative ones that I don't want to participate in, I must know something about, but I might not actually pay attention to it. But whenever you talk about it, oh yeah, I heard that something will happen. So what happened? You will now give me the gist. But I can never be left behind on what. So now, what am I trying to say? We are in the world of exponential change. It's moving very fast. Between agrarian age and the information age, it took like about no, between agrarian age to information industrial age, sorry, it took about 100 years, about 1 century, for things to actually move from agrarian age to what? To industrial age. And what is agrarian age? It is the age of peasants and elites. Farm was the major source of income and the rest of them. Before we now enter into industrial age. From industrial age to information age, it lasted about how many years? 20 years. Only 20 years. Now, from information age till now, the speed at which things are actually moving, you need to really readjust yourself. Now, this is not a mere conversation or mere conference that I'm coming here to speak English so that you listen. See, let me tell you, you need to begin to live in the realm of imagination. A lot of us are only living in the realm of I sleep, wake up, eat. The only thing that you know about life is the things that you are seeing regularly around you. You need to start living in the world of imagination. Most of the times, set your book on the table. Most of the times, just lie down on the bed. Just imagine yourself, living in that particular world that you actually want yourself to live. But here is the thing. Imagination is actually powered by knowledge. It is what you know that will form the kind of imagination in your head. The extent of your imagination is to the level of the knowledge you've actually acquired. Please, am I speaking BB grammar? The level of your imagination is to the degree of the information readily available to you. And this is why sometimes when you sleep, I made mention of this the other day. Sometimes you will sleep, someone will come to your dream and be teaching you things that you do not know. Sometimes it might be the book you are reading. Somehow, by omission or commission, you discover that those things you actually read, it is being expanded to you. I've met Buhari. I've met Elon Musk. Even I don't trust Elon Musk because of some things I actually know about him. I've met Okonjo-Iweala. I've met Barack Obama. I've met most of these big leaders. Where did I meet them? In my dream. In my dream. And I'm not surprised. Do you know why? Because the information you've acquired and the purpose of acquiring that knowledge is actually additional. See, most of the things you see in your dream are the extension of what your subconscious mind have actually absorbed in the real world. And this is where inventions and innovations are bettered. According to prediction, it has been made that in this very era, that ideas will be scarce. You know why? Because AI can actually give you as much ideas that you never think of. I use AI, right? Like I use AI. AI is in me and me in AI. I know all the computers of ChatGPT, Cloud AI, what again? DeepSeek, Gemini, they are still learning work. Eh? They are still learning this thing. If I want to compare, I'll compare Cloud AI, ChatGPT, and the DeepSeek. These things can give you an idea. Let me shock you. You see this title, Emerge, Evolve, Adapt, Thrive. It was given to me by AI. But I told AI exactly what I want to achieve in this program. AI gave me this. Praise God. Emerge, evolve, adapt, thrive. I told AI, see, these are what I want to achieve in this very program. Give me a perfect this thing. Now, what am I trying to say? Ideas will be scarce. But the next thing that every human should actually start looking out for is revelation. I'm not preaching, no. It's revelation. It's revelation. And that is why I'm emphasizing on this. There are 3 forms of intelligence that you need to actually focus on in this very business. If you want to be a core business person, like you want to be a businessman beyond where you are, you want to really emerge, you want to be from a common man to someone who will be recognized and known for something, you need to actually get into these 3 levels of intelligence I'm going to mention right now. Number 1 is supernatural intelligence. No matter how far you want to claim that you're not spiritual or this or that, at this very point we are in right now, We are in the journey of supernatural. Believe it or not. If you are conversant with international politics, if you've been following what is happening in Ukraine, you saw how Emmanuel Macron came to White House. Immediately he visited the one of UK, visited immediately. Immediately, what's the name of this guy? The one of Ukraine, Zelensky, visited. You will know that something is wrong somewhere. And why they are trying to, okay, Ukraine, you guys actually broke the protocol. You guys had an agreement in 1994. And you guys broke what? Why are you guys trying to bring NATO into Russia, into the boundary? This was an agreement you guys actually reached. So now they started fighting war, and people's life have been wasted. Now let's resolve this war. You see world leaders that are working so hard to make sure that this war is going on. People are dying, and you guys are still agitating that the war should be going on. What do you think is happening there? You think that it's just about the war? It's not just about the war. You see Israel invading Gaza, invading other nations, killing people, invading even children. And you think that it's just normal? It's not normal. These guys are actually preparing another decade for another event. So what am I trying to say in essence? There is a current trend right now, and that trend is actually occurring in your business, in your daily living, even the way you live. Very soon, you discover that it's not the same way you are seeing yourself before COVID-19 is the way you continue to live. WF is already pushing it, and they call it what? They call it, the Great Reset. Don't have anything, but be happy. These things are coming. Now, how prepared are you to position yourself in the face of all these uncertainties? My topic is how to mine opportunities from uncertainties. How to discover and mine opportunity from uncertainty. Because we're in the face of uncertainties. A lot of people are like, what's going on? AI is trying to take our job. I'm no more relevant. I'm not this. I'm not that. And you wake up in the morning, you feel normal, feel like you shouldn't be normal right now. Yes, be a normal person, meet people, interact, play with people and all of that. But let me tell you the honest truth. If you are normal right now, if you are normal, like Otuye Noketa, you are normal, forget about it. The next 5 years and 10 years is going to take a lot of people by surprise. You see, normal people you see on a daily basis are going to turn out to be millionaires and billionaires. In the next few years, just watch out. Now, I said you should actually pay attention to 3 things. These 3 things is going to help you to actually move at the pace of this trend. Number 1 is spiritual intelligence. You cannot, if you want to chase this trend the way it's actually going, you cannot do it by your power. Bible says, by the arms of flesh shall no man do what? Prevail. 1 shall chase what? 1,000, but 2 shall chase what? 10,000. This is you and the supernatural. This is the game of the supernatural. Elon Musk will come and say things, and you see the sun will be behind and be saying things behind the scene, and you think it's normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. Elon Musk will come in the office of the Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will be saying things, and you'll be telling President, shh, you're not the one in charge. And this guy have been saying cryptic things. And you think it's normal. Man, it's not normal. Things are moving at a very fast pace. And do you know something? Why these people are trying to initiate these things, they know what next that is going to happen. And if you're not discerning, another tools of you staying in the gap in whatever you want to achieve in life in the 21st century right now is discernment. Discernment is seeing things without judgment. Like, forget about your biasness. Forget about what you think of this or that. First of all, think of how can this thing that these guys are actually doing benefit me? A lot of us, when phone actually came out new, a lot of people say it's an antichrist this thing, it's satanic this thing. But now we are using phone. True or true? While other people have actually used phone to achieve a lot of things in business, you are saying, yeah, this is antichrist. The system is flawed. The day Eve ate that apple, the day Eve, the system got corrupted. After eating it, he went and gave Adam. Adam ate it. The whole system, we are living in a corrupt system. So you saying that Satan is this or that. Now let me go back. Pay attention to supernatural intelligence. It's very, 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 very important. It's a key tool right now. Because this is the only thing that will help you. Do you know that knowledge is not just by reading? There are sometimes you wake up in the morning, God will just place some heavy weight in your spirit. Heavy weight. A lot of people say I read too much. I don't read too much. I buy books on a regular. But one chapter or one sentence I read from a book every single day ushers me to deep insights that I don't know where it's actually coming from. So it's no more about ideas. Ideas is going to be scarce. So how will I actually get those ideas in what I'm actually doing? Number 2 is human intelligence. Hone your capacity. You know what you want to be and all of that. How are you intentional about honing those capacity of yours? You wake up in the morning. I graduated from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I'm a mechanical engineer, and the rest of them. Just they that keep on deceiving yourself. The reason why I actually dropped out from school when I did was the fact that I was already moving at the fast pace of the world. I will go to school gate then. I will buy old magazines. I will be reading them. Buy books. I will be reading them. I didn't buy any book in mechanical engineering. And when I started reading, I discovered that what these guys are teaching us in classroom is already outdated. So what are the reasons why I'm studying this mechanical engineering? I took my education into my hands. I will say come there. Number 3 is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is your tool. Every sector actually has a disruption by AI. Whether you're a lawyer, whether you are a medical doctor, whether you are an architect, whether you are this or that, AI is disrupting that particular thing you are doing. AI. Now, in the 4th industrial revolution, there are 3 basic components you should actually look out for. They are physical, digital, and biological. So look at your career and know the one that it actually fell into. Like physical, we talk about robotics. We talk about cars, how technology is actually influencing the way cars are actually designed, and the rest of them. We talk about digital, AI, at least which is a common man can actually relate to. Then we talk about Internet of Things. We talk about how internet will be connected to gun. You cannot shoot gun without internet. We talk about most of the clothes you'll be wearing will be connected to AI. The third one, yeah, of course, yeah, of course. Then you talk about biological. How is technology influencing the medical world? How is it influencing agriculture and all of that? So these are the things you need to actually analyze. Now, I've actually rounded up from this. Let's talk about the basic things that Dr. Olusegun talked about. I'm rushing things. He talked about you discovering who you are. In the journey of entrepreneurship, one of the things I've actually understood is any business that I do revolves around me. I don't revolve around any business. I do things based on the definition and the understanding of who I am. Everybody knows me as a tech guy, right? I woke up one morning and God told me, delve into real estate. It was really backed up by scripture. I delve into real estate. But let me just bust your bubble. I want to sit down. I am already a mentor to people that are already doing real estate for years. How did it happen? The moment I get your laptop, I talked about it here. I started typing. After typing, blah, 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 I expanded that idea and the rest of them. A lot of companies are already calling me, telling me how they are able to build structures. A lot of them, we are here to seal some deal from all these things. What's really happened? It's not just about you doing that business. It's about you knowing the reason why you are in that business. There are certain business I cannot do. And the reason right now, when God wants to transfer wealth to people, He will always reveal it to you, where that wealth transfer will be coming from. I made mention a lot of sectors here some few days ago. I think that should be 3 Sundays ago, where I talk about, try to look at stock markets, try to look at technology, try to look at cryptocurrency and the rest of them. Not all career will actually give you an even wealth distribution. If you are a fashion designer, think of how you can actually make money from fashion design without necessarily being on that particular seat and sewing 24 hours. Think like the elite. Someone actually mentioned this thing on TikTok. I made a post. Now someone asked, if everyone now becomes an elite, that they will now own a business, they will not be doing the work, how many people are going to do the work? The truth is, not everybody can become a part of the elite. Because The discipline that it requires for you to build wealth is far beyond an average person. That's why whenever I see, there are some people I cannot really admire. You see some persons in main market, they're making so much money, billions of naira, but their lifestyle is not reflecting a wealthy lifestyle. How do I know? You wake up in the morning. So sorry. Are we here? Are you following? You wake up in the morning, you rush to your workplace, Ibu afia, ekwele afia, people will spit at you, dead people living and dead will hug you in the market and the rest of them. You are making so much money, but you don't have a life. I don't want that kind of life for myself. And I look at myself, I want to build wealth. There is a different kind of mindset you need to have. And one of the mindset you need to have is number one, take your education into your hands. The school system was not designed for you to build wealth. The school system was designed for it to limit you. The earlier you know this, the better for you. I'm still going to pursue my education till, even if it is possible, even to professor level. Are you getting me? The reason for that is know what these things are actually going to play for you. If I want to study to doctorate degree or professor level, I'm not doing that because I want to be called a professor or for me to be called a doctor. No. I'm doing it for me to actually have it as a tool to enter some certain places. Are you getting me? It's not for me to answer professor. Even when some lecturers were already telling me that, Emmanuel, don't worry, you're going to be a lecturer in Unizik and the rest of them. I told them plainly, I don't want a school dropout. You are telling the school dropout to be a lecturer. Imagine. You should know the value. You should know the value. I'm not bragging, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm telling you, and I'm enjoying this based on what I know. These are sacrifices we paid. Shegun, on Sundays, by 3 o'clock, for solid 1 year, 3 o'clock, after service here, sometimes you dismiss late, and we rush so that we not even pay 1,000 naira for late coming. To Regina 3 p.m. every Sunday, we go, sit down, we talk about business till 5, 6. It's not everybody can do it. Is it? No. There are habits that you must actually build for you to be a wealthy lifestyle. That's why I say, number one, take your education into your hands. My education is not limited. Anywhere I see lapses, I try as much as possible to educate myself in there. Are they forgetting me? Don't depend on the degree you've actually acquired. Just know that you're actually acquiring it so that if there is any opportunity that maybe government wants to give you, or there's an opportunity that requires that maybe you need a degree and the rest of them, just to fulfill our righteousness, place it on their table. But let me be honest with you. In this very dispensation, if your education is not continuous, you'll be displaced. Daniel is an example. And let me just say this thing. Everyone should strive to get a prophetic gift. Because when we talk about prophet, you see prophet is someone that stands on the pulpit and tell you, you are wearing a blue bra. I can see that tree in your family is by the left. You say no, sir, it's in the middle. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the way position I was actually standing to see that vision, I didn't see it very well. That's not only prophetic gift. One of the prophetic gifts is the ability for you to see the future and own the future. I saw my future and I own it. And that's why I always tell people, do not limit yourself based on what people told you. Hi, that this man called Folarin. I was actually listening to the man a few weeks ago, and he said something. Learn how to operate from infinity, from 0 to 1, not from 1 to infinity. Let me explain. From 1 to infinity is a system that have actually been designed, and you have been told that this is who you are, and you need to follow this methodology for you to get to infinity, to where you want to go. But from 0 to 1 is starting from the place of, I don't know who I am. I want to discover who I am by myself in order to get from where I am to where I ought to be, and not where someone is telling me that I ought to be. Please mark this in. From 0 to 1. From 0 is a number. And when the man was actually explaining this thing, man, I was able to, because that was my story. If you tell me, Emmanuel, okay, when we finished secondary school, I was told that I'm going to be a priest. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be a priest in Anglican church today, immediately after my secondary school, because my performance was good and the rest of them. I'm a priest though. In school then, I will prophesy things will be happening. They now said, Emmanuel, if you accept to be a priest today, we're going to make you a priest. In the day of our graduation, I turned it down. Do you know why? Not necessarily I don't want to be a priest, but I actually knew that there is more about me than what you are telling me I am. And if I'm actually myopic, I will just take what they've actually told me, and I will be in that particular place. I'll be transferred from this church to this church, from this church to this church to this church. And by now, I might not really have attained to the level, to the point I've actually attained when it comes to revelation and insight that God has really given to me. Am I making sense? Am I bluffing? You just be honest with you. Am I bluffing? And whenever I speak with all sense of pride because I know what I've actually been through to be here. I've not gotten every single thing I want to get, but the reason why I always love to share what I know and what I have is because I know that a lot of people are still in that particular radar. A lot of people are still in that particular, and you want to really move. Please take your education. That you didn't go to school, don't let anybody belittle you. Let no man do what? Belittle you. No, don't let any man look down on you. In this very dispensation, the person that has the highest information holds the highest power. If you have the highest information, you have the highest power. Right, go and write it somewhere. You have the highest information because you're in the period of uncertainty. Pressures in these uncertainties, because in times of uncertainty, this is where a lot of people ask questions, a lot of people fall into depression. A lot of ladies now do not want love in relationship. They want guys with money. Do you know what is causing it? You don't know the reason why it's actually causing it. But one of the major reasons is that the economy is bad. Even you as a man, if there is a different entity that is higher than man, you might likely will love to date that higher entity for you to cater for your economic needs. Or this period. And a lot of them do not know the reason why they are actually behaving the way they behave. So take your education into your hands. Number 2, study history. Study history. History of yourself and the history of the globe, of the global economy. See, history will always repeat itself. Like Solomon said, nothing new. There's nothing new under what? Under the sun. There's nothing new. And do you know what actually opened my eyes to some of these realities? I read the book, The Mega Trend, some years ago. I still read The Next 200 Years. And I read some of the white papers I got from Google. If I would just type based on the topic I want to study. I downloaded a lot of white papers. I went to WEF website. I downloaded all their white papers. I started devouring them. That was when I knew that the future is not a mystery. It has been foreseen. Your job is to grab it. Do whatever you have to do with those information. Where we are heading right now, if you don't know much about you, just like what Dr. Shegun said, if you don't know yourself, AI will devour you and swallow you. I'm being honest with you. That's just one of the dangers of AI. If you don't know yourself, a lot of people will be lost. Because you cannot compete with AI. It takes a certain level of uniqueness for you to have a voice to be seen and be appreciated in the age of AI. Because AI does a better work than humans right now. You heard when you said that AI gave a lot of junky pongy, what's it called, a reference and the rest of them. Maybe probably the person did not do the prompting very well. Because if you hold your prompt, do you know what is called prompt engineering? Do you know what is called prompt engineering? Do you know in the last 5 years, there's nothing like prompt engineering, Dr. Shegun? Can you see how fast the world is moving? Right now, we know what is prompt engineering because something just came out after COVID-19. Now, pay attention to history. What has happened in the past? Look at those things and now bring it up to your current world and see it with your eyes. Number 2, study the history of your own family background because most of the limitations you are actually experiencing in your business, in your personal life, can be traced to your family background. I studied my family. I asked questions about my family. Curiosity is something that should not die from you. They always say curiosity killed the cat. Man, curiosity bailed my own cat too. You know, cat will always say, let me go and see an fish. You just enter. Trap. But there is a certain level of curiosity that comes with knowledge that you were going there. You're not going there with lack of information. You're going there with a core information. Study your family background, because a lot of us are actually acting the way we don't want to act, but you don't know the reason why you're acting that same way. That's why a lot of people will say you know too much. It's not about you knowing too much. You want to safeguard your life. Pursue information. In this age of uncertainty, information is your power. Any person that holds the highest information holds the highest power. And this era of AI is a battle of information harvesting. We use AI a lot and the rest of them. You think that you are just using it for using sake. The powers that be, the elites, are just mining your data, mining every single thing, holding it. They are struggling. Who are going to get the highest share in the market? Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Pay attention to history. The world is moving at a very fast pace. You cannot, like, there's no amount of speed you apply. It takes some kind of supernatural and some level of smartness for you to compete in this current dispensation. Now, let me talk about education, and I'll summarize. Education is the highest weapon that you need. They say school has scam, right? I don't really believe in that. School has actually played its role in the era where it's played its role. But yet, it's not a scam, because it is still relevant in the scheme of things. Because if you want to be a president, are you not going to be a graduate? Though in Nigeria, magic can happen anyway. But then, you must actually go to school for you to go do what? Access a certain place. True or true? But you see, education is not schooling. Education is, Bible says there's a spirit in man and the inspiration of the Almighty that does what? That giveth life. You see, there is something in you that you have not really explored. When you explore that thing, you will discover that as the world is changing, you will discover that the level of information you'll be acquiring, you know that it's not by reading that you got that information. But Dr. Shegun, the things that you know, the things we are paying you for, and the things people are actually paying Prof. Will you tell me that Prof is still reading the same way he used to read that those days? Prof is not, I can assure you that. Prof is a family man, he has children and the rest of them. But Prof is not reading as much as he's reading. What is making Prof to actually to remain relevant in this current world? Things are changing. But Prof will come to the class and tell you things that you don't even know that is happening. It is not just by reading. There is something that this man have actually explored inside of him. You need to trigger that thing. It is that thing that you have triggered that will make you now to know what you need to pursue per time. You discover that some certain knowledge will be coming to you. It's not really because you want it. Someone will say that I just woke up in the morning, I just felt like introducing this product that I didn't know that it will sell, but my spirit told me, and he went and do it. And because he became a millionaire doing that. These are the things we need to actually explore. In this age, you need to sit up, you need to wake up. One of the major advantages that we have in this very dispensation is God. Because the University has actually given you all the knowledge that you need. Spiritual knowledge that you need. So if you're not smart in the street, you have yourself to blame. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something I want to say here, and that's final. In the next 5 years, you're not going to see me where I am. I'm not bragging. It's not by prayer. It's not bragging. It's not by prayer. It's by knowing who you are. Who are you? Just like Dr. Shegun said, who are you? Let your life revolve around purpose. Learn to see with the eyes of your mind. Learn to decipher information with the speed of light. Yes. There's some certain things you will hear. You don't need to go and read 2 or 3 places for you to know. In your mind, the thing will just play and give you every single thing that you need to know. The world is moving at a very fast pace. That's just a summary I want to give you all. And your environment actually matters in achieving that you want to achieve. But you know, one of the sweet things I've actually appreciated being in Onitsha. I was born in Onitsha. I grew up in Onitsha. Onitsha is in me and me in Onitsha. So there's nothing about Onitsha that you tell me that I do not know. But do you know something? I appreciate the fact that most of the times, whenever I run my marketing, I was selling the real estate marketing Bible. It's not like I was teaching them about real estate. I was teaching them the right way to run marketing in real estate based on what I've actually studied and how to sell high-ticket products. You get the point? He's one of my beneficiaries. And he hosts one of the testimonials. You're one of the beneficiaries too. You get the point? Now, when I actually did that, I didn't do it because I'm so good at real estate, but I did it because there are certain grace that if God gives you, don't play with it. Don't play with what? With it. And because of who I've actually discovered, you see, I might not have 1 million naira in my account right now, but you cannot use 1 million naira to shame me. Do you know why? I've grown a certain level of value about myself that you, as a woman, you cannot shame me because I don't have money. Just let's say you know that I don't have money. You cannot shame me because I don't have money. You cannot shame me, shameless. Because the way I'm even pursuing itself, I'm not shame. You cannot come and shame me. When I actually drop out from school, a lot of people were calling me names. This guy dropped out from school. Everybody were using some. This guy dropped out from school. He cannot me. He they shame me with. Let's engage. That's what they say. Let's engage. I dropped out from school, and what happened? Let's engage. You cannot engage. Alone aside, I'm making it. It was because there are certain things that you know. Please, I later went back to school. Oh, because of you that want to. I later went back to school. I finished up. Oh, I did all my stuff. Oh, I later came back. But here is what I'm actually trying to see. Hold your education into your hands. Decide what you want to know. Decide what you know, and decide that you don't want to be an ordinary person. When people were actually buying those books, they were telling me, "Do you days in Lagos? Your packaging looks like someone that is in Lagos and the rest of them." Because I look at the concept of Lagos people are actually using. I imbibed it in my own. I'm in Onitsha, but I'm a global citizen. I'm not an Onitsha citizen. I'm a global citizen. So you package your work for you to have a global what relevance too. Some of you will just wake up in the morning and they sell your business anyhow you want because you feel like just want to make money. It cannot be. No, you cannot do that. You wake up and package your business the way it ought to. Think of personal branding too. Personal branding. Just write it. Personal branding. Work on your personal brand. If you don't have a digital footprint, you have yourself to blame. Digital footprint. You heard what you say. If you enter online, you might probably see a lot of people answering Emmanuel Akudolu. Emmanuel Akudolu. That's my name. A lot of people don't. Not a lot of people actually have that name anyway. But then you might actually enter and see. Let's use a common name. Emeko Okafo is a very common name. True or true? In your secondary school, you have someone that answers Emeko Okafo. If you have someone in your secondary school that used to answer Emeko Okafo, let me see your answer up. It's a common name. Or Ifeanyi Okonkwo. Ifeanyi Okonkwo is common, right? Or Ifeanyi Okafo. You used to have those common names. But what differentiates you between those people and you is what you've actually presented to people for them to see you as. Don't allow people to see you the way they want to see you. Let people see you the way you want them to see you. Because that's the strategy right now. Your personal branding is your very weapon in this very dispensation. Oh. Now, most of the things I've actually said, I have a lot to talk about, but it's already late. I'm not going there anymore. If you can actually grab my book in pre-order, 2,000, it's selling for 5,000 naira. But if you can actually get it at a pre-order price, EBJ for printing, not your regular printing, no, white paper, no. It's conch printing. 2,500, you can get it. The shift, the COVID-19 effect. After COVID-19, what is really happening? Where is the world going? I was going through that book this morning, and I saw, there was a prediction that WEF made when I was actually writing this book, that in 2025, that 50% of the available job will disappear, and there will be new 75% new job that will be introduced. And the truth is, some of you that are working, very soon you will lose your job. But I'm not being negative here. You only lose it if the people you are working for or the company you are working for are moving at the fast pace of trend. But if they are not adopters who are really receptive in adopting new ideas, don't worry, your job is still safe. And I believe that in our nature, we have only few people who are ready to work on their business to move towards the direction of the new trend. So if you're in our nature, don't worry, your job is safe. Your job is safe. Nothing is happening. Your job is safe. But if you want to actually grab global opportunities, be rest assured that most of the business we are actually doing right now will be displaced. This year, Facebook have actually laid off how many people? 3,600 people. And they're looking out for people that have some level of knowledge in AI. In AI. So in whatever you are doing, try to find a way to think AI in your business. What role is AI playing in your what? In your business? Now, towards the ending of this month, we have an AI and automation aided marketing. It will be holding on towards the ending of this month. The date is yet to be released at Violet Hotel. The fee is 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira access fee only for 10 persons. 50,000 naira. Maybe if you want to start your marketing journey, like you want to use AI and do whatever, you want to learn a new skill. Because this is a skill I know that is hot cake. See, sales and marketing, that's another thing you should actually look out for. Sales and marketing. But for now, this is just marketing, social media marketing. But AI and automation aided marketing 1.0 at Violet Hotel, 50,000 naira. But just for 3 persons here, who is willing to be part of it, you are going to pay 5,000 naira. Gaskia. We are going to start with you. The reason why I want to start with only 10 persons is I have a plan for this year. We want to actually groom people who are going to bring result, like who are going to show result, show working. We want to guide you in these things. I'm not going to be the only one that is going to teach. Someone is going to be teaching on prompt engineering, on how to write proper prompt for you to get your desired whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to talk about, but time is already against us. The only thing I'm actually urging us is, please, ladies and gentlemen, the time is not waiting for you. Time is not waiting for you. You might have actually heard this one and hear it as a regular thing you used to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, you might live here and forget everything that Dr. Shegun and I have actually spoken about, and you go and relax because what you always see on your Facebook feed is what? How Mr. Okeke stabbed Mr. Okafor. Men has come. Men has come. Women are so very dead. These are the kind of posts you'll be seeing on your feed. If you used to see it on your feed, let me just say, don't lie. Let me see your feed. You used to see those kind of posts. Don't lie. No. There's something I want to teach you now. If you want to see it on your feed, let me just. You used to see posts on marriages that are broken, negative news, and the rest of them. I want to tell you. That's the reason why I'm actually asking this in. If you used to see, let me see your hands up. Or Facebook. You used to see it on Facebook. Like you used to show up on your feed. Don't lie, you. You used to see it on your feed. Who else? If you used to see a lot of business posts on your news feed, you used to see business all the time. Let me see your hands up. Yeah? Because that's what you're actually assessing. I've said finally several times. I've spent my time. See, should I say this? Or should I leave it? This is final. Bible say, guide your heart with all what? For out of it cometh the what? Issue of life. Now let me just say this thing. Your mind is your powerhouse. You only see motivational speakers talk about the mind. You think that these guys are just talking emotional talk. Let me tell you the truth. The reason why I cannot now comfortably watch pornography is not because I'm not human being to watch it, or maybe I might not really like to watch it. This is the pleasures of life. It's so interesting, right? Right? Now, it's not because I cannot watch it, but I know what it's going to do in my mind. Like there's a castle I've already built in my mind. There are treasures I've already built in my mind that I know. It's not like pastor told me to stop watching it, or pastor said that you should not watch it. No, it's based on the understanding I already have, based on who I am. Because for who I am, watching it for like a minute or 2 minutes will make me, I will lose relevance for the next 1 month or 2 months. I'm telling you about myself. It will make me, I will lose a lot of things. Because your mind is your power engine. That moment when God is actually taking you from this idea 1 to idea B, He's taking you to process. And you now went and became careless with what is actually entering your mind. You discover that God has taken you from A to B. Oh, there's a process in thought that He has been taking you to. Now, you want to now to take you from thought B to thought C. It will distort. You discover that you are no more flowing. At some point, you discover that 1 month has passed, like you are useless. Then you discover that you feel empty. You feel this void inside of you. That's why I now limit the amount of time I spend on Twitter, because I spend time on Twitter. It's not like Twitter is not good, but the type of banting that is there will actually make you to lose your sanity. Because I've understood the power of the what? Of the mind. That's why the Bible says in Romans chapter 12 verse 2, that do not conform with the standard of the world, but be thou transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind. Please, project it. Project it. There's something I want to show us. Please, this is a final. Please, project it. Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Now, see the benefit, see the benefit. And he said that ye may prove what is that good. So if your mind is messed up, you cannot prove what is that good. Now, an acceptable, you will not prove, you cannot even know it. An perfect will of God. So it means that if you are conformed to the standard of the world, like your mind is already messed up to what you actually see, you go to social media, all women has come, all men has come. And you see, everything you will be seeing, if you see men, you'll be seeing useless man. And even the kind of man that God actually introduced to you, to walk destiny with you, that man will be useless to you. Because the word have actually planted that if that man doesn't have money, he's useless. And you see a woman, a pretty lady who has the potential. What you be seeing, this one is a feminist, this one has money. If I marry this one now, what will you end up to me? Because your mind is messed up. You are not seeing the will of God in that person. This is from the marital side, right? And the same thing, you now come online and say, these people will tell us to go and buy book. They will teach, but speakers will stand and they'll collect 100,000 naira and say that I are teaching you this thing. Devil is deceiving you because he's telling you that your mind is already messed up. So if I give this guy 100,000 naira, you will chop my money. And that's what the devil is playing with your mind. Devil is what do what? Playing with your mind. So your mind is your engine room. I cannot have certain conversations with some certain set of people. Not really because I cannot, but there is something I'm actually protecting. Now, in the realm of the spirit and the realm of wealth building, consciousness is what? Is the key. The consciousness of this thing. May the Lord bless this word in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. Brother Tuja.
Wow, you can do better than that.